All right, guys. So this is what we're talking about, guys. We're talking about how to get your name out there. Okay. We also consider branding yourself as a commercial agent. What do we mean by that? Okay. You want to think of Pepsi, think of Coke, right? Those are brands. So you don't even, all you have to do is hear one word and you know exactly what that brand is about. Okay. We want you to adjust the brand. We don't want you to change it entirely because some of you are coming from the residential side, or some of you are newer in commercial, and we want you to brand yourself accordingly. Think of it this way, guys. And marketing has shown us that most folks are kind of not able to have more than one or two brands in their mind. Think about it. Like typically, it's the number is two. Okay, guys, do me a favor. In the comments, when you think of soft drinks, what are the first two soft drinks that come to your mind right off the bat? Hit me up in the chat with this. Let me know. This is important. Glenn says Coke, Pepsi. Love it. Okay. Who else? What else you guys got? Coke and Pepsi. Dr. Pepper and Sprite. Megan, you are unusual. Most people, 99% of people will say Coke and Pepsi, but I'll go with it. Dr. Pepper's delicious, especially Dr. Diet Pepper. But you get the point, guys. Most folks can only think of two. Like when you think of fast food, what are the two brands that come to mind? What do you come up with? Rosa, what do you think? Glenn, what do you think? Josh, what do you think? All right, what are the two brands? Like if you had to think, what are the two most popular brands out there? McDonald's, Taco Bell. Okay, there we go. McDonald's and Burger King, McDonald's and Wendy's, Chick-fil-A. Exactly. The point is, guys, most of you, your brain went right to two brands and probably didn't think much of anything else. Like 80% of the time, you're going to figure out those two brands, right? So what we're trying to do with branding of any sort and marketing is market yourself as a commercial agent so that when people do go to think of a commercial agent, think of you and possibly another person, like Glenn went straight to Chick-fil-A. He didn't even think of another brand, right? So we want you to be at the very worst 50%, have a 50% shot of getting the business. At the best, you might be the only person that they think of. And that's precisely why what we are going to introduce you to, what we'd like you to do here today, okay? First step, guys, fear. What's stopping you? Most people do not want to take the first step and kind of establishing themselves in a new market or in a new way because of fear. They're worried that people are going to judge them. They're going to worry about people who say, "Oh, wait a minute, weren't you just selling houses, or weren't you just working for a marketing company? Weren't you just a painter a year ago?" Don't worry about that, guys. People change over time. Okay. So what you need to understand is nobody cares. The person that cares the most is you. Most of us, the concept of you is a fluid concept. Just keep moving because people understand. You start shouting the same message long enough, people are going to be like, "Oh, that's that guy, right? That's that girl." So don't even worry about, people will think I'm a new agent. Who cares, right? Because sooner or later, you're going to contact somebody who knows, likes, and trusts you, maybe from your previous career, maybe from whatever you were doing before you were in commercial real estate. And they're gonna give you the benefit of the doubt because they already like you as a human being. It's very hard to find human beings that we like and trust. So they're going to give you the benefit of the doubt, even if you are a little bit on the new side. Okay. So we're going to show you what to do and we're going to show you when to do it. Okay. So here's the thing, guys. When you have this here, what I'm about to unveil for you, okay, it's going to give you a solid plan. Okay. It's going to give you that plan for a rainy day. Like maybe you just don't have enough leads going into the business. Guys, by a show of hands, okay, how many of you, and do me a favor, on the Facebook side of things, hit the thumbs up, okay, and on the Zoom side of things, type 1 in the chat if you would like more leads, like you'd like more opportunities in your business, you'd like more leads. Do me a favor and do that for me, okay? Because I'd really like to see what we're dealing with, okay? Catherine, I see you're on here from Tampa, Florida. Let me know. Can you let me know if you'd like more leads? Theo wants more leads. Josh wants more leads. Okay, Glenn wants more leads. Exactly, guys. If you are looking for a way to generate more leads instantly, this is the way to do it. Okay. Sometimes you don't even have to go out and talk to strangers right out of the gate. Sooner or later, you're going to have to talk to strangers. But in the beginning, reach out to the people that already know, like, and trust you. That's a warm lead. Okay. So what this is going to do is going to open yourself up to a larger audience. Okay. And then on the commercial side of things, we have bigger commissions, because the average commercial sale is anywhere between like 4 and 5 times the average residential sale. And you're going to be of better service to your clients, the more ways that you can help them. So if you're a residential agent and you can also help them with commercial, you're going to be a better service to your client. Now, here's the thing, guys. If you're going to take on commercial transactions, right? Because there's a bunch of people in the Facebook group, about half and half, are commercial versus residential, right? It's important that you have guidance along the way. Now, number one, maybe you have a team member that's willing to help you out, right? Maybe you have a broker that you refer your deals to, okay? Maybe your broker or your the owner of your firm, okay? Maybe you have a mentor, someone that's a senior agent that you work with, right? Or perhaps a training program. But I do not recommend that you go it alone. Find somebody to help you. Why? Because there's an old saying, and I use it all the time. The reason why we've seen so far is because we stood on the shoulders of giants. Don't try reinventing the wheel. Time is way too precious. And I don't know about you guys, but I would much rather trade money for someone else's time and knowledge, because you can speed yourself up 20 years by learning from somebody that's been in the business 20 years. You with me, guys? So super duper important. Now, what's awesome is, okay, if you build it, they will come. I promise you guys, if you brand yourself and you get your name out there, it will bring you business. As I mentioned, Scott Gilbert just happened. He started with me towards the latter part of last year, right? And he learned something very first week. He learned this exact lesson first week into the program, applied it, and he made something like 50 or 60 calls, and within a week or two had a $2.5 million opportunity that closed within the last month or so, right? It fell apart a couple times, as commercial transactions do, but the bottom line is he put $62,000 in his pocket because of this lesson that you're learning for free here tonight. Okay, guys? So I can think of 62,000 reasons for you guys to take really, really good notes. Go with me? Okay. So here's how you do it, guys. You put your name out there. Okay. Now this is a strategy around kind of branding yourself on a repetitive basis, right? So first of all, you brand yourself in commercial, AKA getting your name out there. Then you find a requirement and you figure out the best way to fulfill it. Here's what I mean. Maybe a friend of yours says, hey, I need to get a new location for a pizzeria. Well, okay, I want to be able to see, you go out there, you figure out, what they need, and from there you wind up you wind up fulfilling it. You get them into their new location. Okay, then send proof to your SOA, which is your sphere of influence, and your peers. So you say, hey guys, I'm a new commercial agent, or hey guys, I'm taking my company or my team is taking commercial requirements now. And then 3 months later, you say, hey guys, guess what? I just put somebody into this space. And then what you do is you take it and you blast it out to your sphere of influence, and then you rinse, wash, repeat. So it's like saying, hey guys, I do this thing. Then you say, hey guys, I did this thing. Hey guys, now do you believe me that I do this thing, right? What it does is it builds like a feedback loop. It builds a positive loop for you, okay? You rinse, wash, repeat. Guys, repetition is the mother of this, right? And repetition just keeps it going and gets and creates positive momentum, okay? So like I say, necessity is the mother of invention, right? Repetition is the mother of excellence, because what winds up happening is the more you do it over and over again, the better you get at it, the more you spread your message, the more, marketing is one of those things that people don't just believe marketing the first time they see it. They need to see it over and over and over again. And sooner or later, they're like, oh yeah, that movie I've been hearing things about. Yeah, it looks pretty cool. It's usually only after like 12 or 13 marketing touches from a marketing agency. So you seeing the movie poster for the first time doesn't mean anything. You have to see it about a dozen times before you're like, there's that new whatever Sylvester Stallone movie I want to go see, So here's how we start branding like a marketing company does, right? What we're going to do, very first thing, guys, go to your LinkedIn professional profile, right? Now, what's cool about LinkedIn is that when you make changes to your LinkedIn professional page, right, it'll actually send out to your entire network. So hopefully you guys have been investing a little bit of time, not a lot, because LinkedIn is a very slow way of communicating, but it is a good way of creating a good profile about yourself. Make sure you have your name, make sure you have your contact information first and foremost. Make sure you put a paragraph up there in terms of who you help and how you help them, okay? But when you make changes to your LinkedIn profile, people will immediately see it. Your network will be advised that you have made changes to your profile. And people will oftentimes give you thumbs up feedback. What you're trying to do is you're just trying to ping people. You're just trying to show them that, hey, this is who I am and this is what I do, or remind them of what you do. I say to my students all the time, I'm like, guys, I'm not teaching you so much all the time as I am reminding you of things. Most of the things you hear come out of my mouth after you've been in my program a few months, it's something that you're like, oh yeah, I need to do that. Oh yeah, ooh, you know what? I just haven't made time to do that. It's not often new stuff. I just need you to do a half a dozen or 10 things really, really well over and over again. And most of the time we need just to be reminded of them, okay? Very next thing, and super simple, and it'll take you about 3 minutes to do. Change your email signature. Include the fact that you are a commercial agent as well. Okay. Facebook profile. Guys, you would not believe how many people are paying attention to your Facebook profile. Some of the first students I ever got were from my Facebook profile. I just said, hey guys, I'm looking to help more students because, at a certain point I decided to go nationwide instead of just mentoring people in the immediate area. And I just reached out to my Facebook profile, and I wound up picking students immediately. Within 2 days, I had two brand new students. So the point is, guys, there's a lot of people that will do business with you that are from your Facebook profile. It might be someone that you've known for 20 years. They sat behind you in 10th grade English class. That's someone that might say, hey, you know what? I'll give Charlie a try. Yeah, he seems like a good dude, right? Okay. Next thing, get your business cards. Okay. If you are a residential agent looking to sell commercial, get a commercial card as well. Commercial. If you want to be snazzy about it, I don't know if you guys wear jackets. I like to wear jackets, but if you in one side keep your commercial cards and the other side keep your residential cards. Very easy. You meet somebody, you reach to the left side, you reach to the right side, or you keep it in your wallet, however you want to do it. But very important, you want to make yourself brand yourself as a commercial agent. Now I'm going to say something that not everybody's going to be happy about. Sorry, not sorry. Okay. If anyone says they do residential and commercial, 9 times out of 10, it means they're a residential agent that dabbles in commercial. Okay. Very few do 50-50, like truly 50-50. Okay. And those that are listening here might agree. The thing is, guys, if you get a card, don't say residential/commercial. Do not do that. Have a residential card, have a commercial card. Spend the $20, guys. It will make a difference. Some people out there, if they say residential agents, they'll say, well, they don't do a whole commercial. Spend the $20 and get a card that just says commercial agent. I promise you, it will help you long term. There are some people that make a distinction, right? But oftentimes when you see residential/commercial, it means that they say they do both, but the reality of it is very, very, very few people actually do 50-50. Okay, very important. So next one is call all your previous clients. Guys, if you've been in the business 3, 4, 5, 10 years, I promise you have 30, 40, 50, 80 clients that are just dying to hear from you. Chances are they might have friends or family that are looking for help with commercial spaces. Chances are, you are leaving money on the table by not reaching out to them. I would recommend make a long list of all your previous clients, right? And then every single Friday, you chip away at that list. Let's say you got 100 people on there. Every Friday, call 10 people from that list. It'll take you all of about 15 minutes, okay? And if you do that every 10 weeks, guess what? You're reaching out to them every 3 months, every 2.5 months, whatever. You will have more business than you know what to do with by just doing that alone. I promise you. How many of you guys, okay, show of hands, guys, do me a favor. In fact, everybody, I'm talking a bunch of black screens. Come on, let me see your beautiful faces. Come on, everybody, get on camera. Hello, I want to show of hands here. Do me a favor. Theo, Rosa, Megan, Josh, come on, guys. Come on. I want to talk to people. There we go. Okay. Very nice to see you guys. Neil, Megan, there we go. I see Glenn smiling. What's up, man? How are you, buddy? All right, guys. Show of hands. Okay. How many of you have people that you've done business with that reach out to you 6 or 8 or 10 times a year? Someone that you do business with. Nobody does that, right? Rosa, you might be one of the lucky ones, right? But the point is, guys, nobody does this. Nobody takes the effort to take 15 minutes on Friday and call their previous clients. That client will be your client for life if you just take 15 minutes every Friday for the rest of your career. You will have more repeat business. You won't even have to prospect at some point if you do business with enough people and just continue to do that. Take 15 minutes on a Friday. It is the best thing you could possibly do for your business. I promise. Because I guarantee you, nobody here, I don't have a single vendor or client or anybody I've ever done business with that calls me every 10 weeks. It just doesn't happen, And even if you had 300 clients, which is 30 new clients a year for 10 years, okay, which I guarantee very few people on this call have. I know, like 300 clients is a lot. I wish I had 300 clients, I mean, oftentimes I do repeat business, but my point is, guys, even if you had to call 30 people on a Friday every 10 weeks, so what? So that's your prospecting for Friday. You make 30 dials. It takes you an hour. You'll have more repeat business than you know what to do with. Okay, cool. So sphere of influence, guys. Sphere of influence is super duper important. Make a list of all the people that you know. Importantly, I should say more importantly, check the people that are influential in your community. Check the people that might be good connectors and put them to the top of the list. Here's what I mean. Maybe it's an attorney that knows a lot of people. Maybe it's a community organizer. Maybe it's someone from the church. Maybe you'll know those people that are kind of like always bringing people together. Those are the people that I would put at the top of the list. Don't forget the people that are, other people that are business people in your neighborhood and so forth. But really think about the people that are connects, because that's how you can really leverage yourself in that fashion. Does that make sense, guys? Show of hands. Like, does that make sense? How you want to reach out to people? Like, this is a contact sport, guys. The more you do it, the more money you will make. It's literally that simple. Case in point, I had a guy that I put in, it was 8 years ago, I put him into 4,500 square feet. I'm like a $700 fee on it. But every Christmas I would reach out to him. I knew his daughter's name, and twice a year I would reach out to him. I didn't even do this 10 times a year, guys. I didn't even practice what I preach right here. Okay. If you do this, you'll never, ever have to cold call after a few years of doing this. But after 8 years, he reached out to me. He said, "Hey man, I'm looking for a building." I put him into a 23,000 square foot building at $190 something a foot. It was a $4 million fee, sale, and I think it was 4.6 was the sale, 4.65 or something like that. I made $100,000 from these guys. I put him into 4,500 square feet 8 years ago and just called him twice a year. That was it. He was just a nice guy. Called him twice a year. How's everything? How's the family? Happy holidays. Blah 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 blah. I made $100,500 last December from that. Okay, so I'm telling you guys, this is proof enough that it works. Okay. The other thing is Instagram, guys. For those of you that are on the gram, younger guys, keep in touch with people. Reach out to them. Let them know. Okay, hey, not only do I handle residential transactions, I also help commercial. Let everybody know who you do. I've heard of a 3-foot rule before, guys. And what the 3-foot rule consists of is anybody that you run into, if they're within 3 feet of you, you need to tell them what you do. If you do that, you make a habit of doing that, I promise you'll run into a lot of business, okay? Especially that are in smaller towns. The more people get to know you, the more notoriety you gain, okay? Email broadcasts and drip campaigns. Guys, this is so important. By a show of hands, guys, type +1 in the chat, please, if you have an email or drip campaign, and +2 if you do not have an email drip campaign. Guys, this is super duper important. And I'll tell you why. I send about 1 million emails a year, right? I have a list of 10,000. I reach out to them 8 times a month. Okay. So that's 80,000 emails a month. You do about 1 million. Okay. Good. Good, Laura. Good, Rosa. Awesome. Love it. Love it. Guys, whatever you're doing, keep doing it. Keep doing it more. All you're trying to do is ping people. There's a reason why, we talked about soft drinks, right? Coke and Pepsi. Coke was first to the market. But Pepsi spends more money in marketing every single year than Pepsi does. Why? Because Coke already came there and established their dominance early. You want to establish your dominance in your clients' minds, okay? Very, very important. So if you do not already have an email broadcast, even if it's just sending out market data, you just want them to see your name once a month, twice a month, once a week, whatever that might be. It takes a little bit of effort. But once you start taking listings, guys, this becomes really easy. Then all you're doing is blasting out whatever new listings you have or whatever listings you have in your inventory. Okay, does it make sense, guys? If you guys getting value out of this, hit me a little thumbs up. So let me know that you're getting something out of this, because I'm telling you, this is super duper important. In fact, Craig, what's happening, Craig? How are you? Craig's one of my students. He knows Scott. Scott just cashed that $62,000 check about, what was it, 3 weeks ago? From doing this exact lesson. I'm trying to tell everybody, guys, this is real deal stuff. This is actually applicable, okay? And at the end, I'm going to challenge you to implement at least one of these things. Just do something. Whatever you do, guys, do something. Because if not, you're no better tomorrow than you were today. And the name of this game is being incrementally better the next day. I tell everybody I speak with, right? Guys, if you just got 2% better a week, over 52 weeks, that compounds to 274%. You can double and triple your business, guys, in a very short period of time. But you have to constantly implement new things. If you always do what you always did, you'll always get what you always got. So you have to be bringing new elements into your business. You have to be trying new things. You have to be experimenting with different methods. This is how you do it, guys. see something like this, implement it, no questions asked. Okay, so next thing, okay, so the monthly newsletter, we talked about it. By the way, guys, show of hands, how many of you work in a company that's like part residential, part commercial? If so, I got a goodie for you, right? Let's say that you work, give me a +1 for those of you that work in a company that's part residential, part commercial. Just do me that, throw that in the chat for me. Glenn's giving me 1, awesome. Okay, cool. Who else is there out there? Talk to me, talk to me. If not, Glenn, this is gonna be like gold dropped in your lap, buddy. Check it out. So here's what we got. See you smiling. So if you are part of a company that has residential agents, okay, here's what you do. It's the easiest referral game in the business, right? By the way, Glenn, put in the chat how many people you have in your company, just out of curiosity, how many residential agents you have in your company. Let's see what we got here. Let's see what we got. Oh gosh, that's amazing. Okay. You part of EXP? Yeah, I love it. Yeah, I know that number. I know the stats on all the companies, or at least the big ones, right? Okay, so here's the thing, man. What it comes down to is this, right? You reach out to the people in your office. Obviously, you're not going to reach out to them nationwide or worldwide, but reach out to the ones in your office. Theo says 5 commercial, 120 residential. Ooh, Theo. Oh, I'm dropping bombs for you, son. This is how it goes, right? Reach out to somehow or another, get a list of all the agents in your firm, whatever that is, talk to your broker, be like, hey man, I want to be able to reach out to them because I want to facilitate referrals. No broker is going to be like, no, that's private information. He's like, heck yeah, this guy wants to take initiative and he wants to create a referral system, all about it, right? Then what you do is you ping them, let's say twice a month, so you're not obnoxious about it. But all you have to say is, I pay the biggest referrals in the commercial market. That's it. Send all your commercial referrals to me. I pay the biggest referrals in town. That's it. Guys, we're all humans. We all work out of self-interest. And if it becomes between me sending a referral to the guy that pays 20% and the guy that pays 30%, guess who I'm sending it to? And frankly, folks, if you look at the whole entire process of like going out, finding people that are ready, willing, and able to transact, and then actually fulfilling on it, the fulfillment is like the last 30% of the job. 70% or 65% of the work is going out there, beating the bushes, and finding someone that's ready, willing, and able. My point is, even if you pay a 30% referral, you're paying them 30% of the deal to do 70% of the work. You with me? Okay. Now, here's the best part. Let's say in Theo's example, for instance, let's say Theo reaches out and is reaching out to 120 people on a regular basis. And every one of them, let's say half of them, send him 2 referrals a year, which is not a lot. Okay. 2 referrals a year. That means he gets 120 referrals a year. Guess what? That man has 2 referrals a week. Let's say only a quarter of them are worth anything. Okay. He still has a shot at like 40 pieces of business a year. Let's say 10%, only 10% are good. He still might close 10 transactions just for sending an email twice a month. You with me? An email that can be replicated and made to be sent at 2-week intervals. You guys with me? So if you guys have residential agents that you can, and then all you have to do is you just look at it, make sure when you get a referral, guys, that it's worth your time, and that the people are decent, that it's, you don't want to go take a referral for $1,000 piece of business. But guys, if you are a little bit intentional about pushing referrals to the residential agents in your business, or frankly, guys, for those of you that are in commercial businesses, go to the residential agents across town. Go to the realtors meetings. The once a month your local MLS board. Go there, hand out your card, meet as many people as you, because the bigger your network is, the bigger your net worth is. That's not just a corny saying. It's true, guys. When you are intentional about this stuff and spend the next year creating creating like a list. I mean, for those of you that work in half residential, half commercial agencies, you got a gift from God right there. But seriously, if you go to the residential board and you just say, hey, I send the biggest referrals in town, like I hand out the biggest referrals in town, I promise you have more business than you know what to do with. Here's another hack. Go to your local MLS, print out, or not print out, God, I sound old, download a sheet of all the transactions that were done in the last year, okay? And then from there, what you want to scrub is for the people that have done, like, let's say 5 transactions or more in the last year, 3 transactions or more in the last year. Download that. Then little bit at a time, upload that to MailChimp. Guess what, guys? Instead of having 100 people you can reach out to, you might have 500. You might have 1,000. You might have 2,000. There's 6,500 in my market. And if you think I'm not reaching out to them on a regular basis, you're crazy, okay? That's how my list got to 10,000 in 90 days like that. The point is, guys, those people all know commercial agents, or I should say they all know commercial buyers, commercial people looking to purchase buildings and so forth. So the thing is, guys, if you take that same exact thing that I taught you for Glenn and Theo, you know what to do when you have 100 people in your business, or rather in your company, do that to the residential agents at large. Most of them, they don't necessarily have tight relationships with commercial brokers. In fact, some commercial brokers are kind of jerks, right? So they don't want to. So they might not know anybody. And so you think they're going to give the thing to they're going to give a referral to the guy that says, I pay the highest one, the referrals, and he reaches out to them every 2 weeks. You better believe it. And you'll have more referrals than you know what to do with, guys. Hot refer, like warm leads, like in the form of referrals, beat cold calling every single day of the week. Don't get me wrong. I'm a massive cold caller. I've done like over 35,000 cold calls in my career, but it's only because I didn't have referrals dropping in my lap. You with me? All right, guys.